Welcome back to Semojo Homestead. It's been a little while since we had a video where we were talking with you. Last week's video, we just needed kind of a down weekend, needed to be able to get some stuff done. So we just sort of turned the camera on and let it be what it was, just recorded as we were going. Oh my gosh, I just saw something in the garden. I'll take you guys over there in a little bit to show you. But today we're not doing anything in the garden. We are needing to do an emergency fix. Cass is actually not in this video. She is feeling rather under the weather this weekend. So, of course, we're not gonna put a camera in her face. She's just inside resting, taking it easy. I'm gonna be making this repair. So it is an emergency repair because it involves our goats, and had we not taken the precautionary steps that we do every year, it could have been a very, very fatal mistake. So I want to get to that a little bit later. But first, let's go over here and check out this thing I just saw in the garden. Now, I knew that it was growing, but I did not know it got this big. It's like growing so fast. So this is over here where all of the corn was that we pulled up. And if you saw that video, this vine was a volunteer squash vine that I talked about and had no clue what it was. All I could tell was it was not a loofah like we have everywhere else. Like, check out all these loofahs. Loofah, loofah, loofah. How many loofahs can you spot? Just an outrageous amount of loofahs in this garden, but that's okay. This one, I wasn't sure what it was, and then sure enough, like right after that, it put on a female flower and has started growing. And we actually have two, which I was not aware of. Look at this. So now that they are growing, I am almost positive that these guys are a candy roaster, because I know that we planted candy roaster over here, and candy roasters get really, really long. I mean, they can get twice as long as that, actually. And that one is already pushing, that's every bit of 1 foot right there, just for scale. I mean, here's my hand up next to it. So it's huge. But yeah, I'm really excited about that, because when they first started producing, when I first noticed that female bloom, I was like excited, but kind of hesitantly excited, because it was like, well, I mean, that's great, but is it going to be able to ripen fast enough? Well, I think that it might be able to before we really get into some cold temperatures. Speaking of temperatures, it has gotten super hot here again. First day of fall today. Happy fall, welcome fall, with 90-degree temperatures today here for us. It's been at least a month since we've hit 90, so this is just like outrageous. But South Carolina, it's really not that unusual for the first day of fall, at least in recent years, to be like the hottest day of that time of year. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, get the tools I need to make this fix in here in the goat house. So, I want to show you guys what they did to this door. We've had to put the grain bin in front of it to keep them from getting in. And roofing tile. Not tile, roofing shingles, which are for another project with them. But this is it, see? Just like that. They are trying to get in. You bad girl. Bad girl. No. No. So this is what I've got to fix. Get out. Get out. So, had we not been keeping up with the precautionary medications, shots, vaccines, all that stuff that you give your goats annually, that even that smaller amount of grain, no, it's a lot of grain for goats, But even that smaller amount of grain could have been completely detrimental, and we could have lost our entire herd. This is why it is so important to stay up to date on your vaccines. Now, I'm over here looking, I don't think I have hardware cloth, so actually maybe we will just use the regular welded wire fencing for this. That'll keep them out. It'll actually be also a little bit stronger, so it actually might be better. But so your CDT shot, which is what we give ours every single year, that is for several different things, tetanus being one of them. That's the T. But there's something in there, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. We did a video, I'll link it for you guys, where we talk about all this stuff. But that shot, there's also something in it that will actually help them if this happens, where, you know, they get into grain and gorge themselves, get way too much grain. It basically will prevent them or minimize your chances of having fatal results. So cannot stress enough, guys, like stay on top of your goat care, stay on top of taking care of goats, giving them the vaccines they need, you know, giving them the shots they need, doing all that stuff. If you're gonna own animals, you got to take the responsibility and, you know, do what you're supposed to do. Be a responsible livestock owner, especially if they're providing something for you, like these are. I mean, these are not just providing milk for our family, these are providing business for us, Cass's soap business. So again, so thankful that we are staying up to date on that. We did keep an eye on them just in case. Well, they were engorged, they were fat, but their tummies were not super hard, so we were reassured by that, and none of them started acting lethargic or anything, and we are more than 24 hours past that point, so we're good. But it was definitely a wake-up call, so because of that, I'm gonna get this door fixed. One thing that I wasn't real clear on is how much grain they actually got into. So we had almost a full bag in there, and they ate almost half a bag of grain. Now, all the goats were in there. We don't know how much each goat had, but nonetheless, that is a lot of grain that could be a fatal dose if they are not treated and protected from having that much in their system. All right, guys, got that project finished up, and hopefully this will be much more secure than it was in the past. I think it will be. It's pretty stout now. It also helped to shore up the door where we were getting some loose kind of joints, and it was getting very difficult to shut, but that's no longer the case. So that's it for this weekend's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do want to take this time to say thank you so much for all of you who have become a part of our YouTube family. That is simply just subscribing to the channel. So if you've not done that, we invite you to do that. Become a part of our family. We really do appreciate each and every one of you guys, the support that you give us through the comments, through watching, through hitting that like button, all the things. Thank you so much to all of you who have done that. So until next time, from me and the goats back here, have a great week and be blessed.